Welcome back to Timberborn, and our latest version. So this is like version 1. It's the features of version 1 that's going to be released soon. I've gone through this quite a few times where we've got, some new things in the version 1 of Timberborn that's going to come out probably in the next 3 months or so. They haven't announced it yet, so this is why I'm trying to. This is why I'm trying to produce as much as I can of these experimental version 1, which is what I'm playing here. I can obviously in the others I do the full version, or the version that the stable version, if you like. Even though we don't, I think I've only ever had one crash so far in this experimental version, and that was last time, and I had to restart again, which was unfortunate. But that's the way it goes. And we're now moving them over here. We did have them. We probably still got them, but I've got to obviously move them. We are getting less and less over here. That's because obviously we need to. I think what I'll actually do is I'm going to pause. Now they're built, I'm going to pause these and move the water in here. Obviously, I'm going to have to move this. Now, I did have this here for this, so they can obviously use this as well instead of this one that I built ages ago. But it is faster to go there than go right, so they are using this if they want to go through, as we can see. I don't know why they wouldn't want to go there, but probably they're getting some logs. That's what they're doing. What have we got? Have we got enough? Now, we've got 750 gears, we've got some planks, and we've got some metal blocks. Let's just say, stop it. We'll enable all this and get this going. I think I will also do a little. I'm not too sure about that now. I need to decide what I'm going to be doing with this here. I've just obviously deleted it again. Because I would probably like the one to be in there. I suppose, we could, we could plonk it there. We can't plonk it there while the other stuff is there. But we can do that. That should get us working until we decide what we. Oh no, that won't work because obviously this one is actually actively in the way. Let's delete that. Now they can't obviously go around to there. But once we do this, they can. And I'll get that working because I've got a lot of planks, I've got a lot of everything. And we'll decide out. Fortunately, they can use this one to connect. And I might as well delete this one as well because it's absolutely no use when that one's there. Let's get some more storage. We put the storage here, and we should be fine now. I can actually do even more if I really wanted to now. Like there. I don't actually know how far this. It's only 28. Now, can I? Yeah. Can I get another one in there? I can get another one in there, so I'm okay. That should be closer, obviously. 26. So it would have been here. Would have been even, but we don't really. It's not really an issue. I will add that back in, but I think, like I said, I might actually get rid of this anyway. Or send them off from here to here. And redesign that. But it just makes sense to get this up and running. Planks are going down. Logs are definitely going down. So we're going to have to be careful there. Now, we are obviously making some planks. I did run out quite a bit before. Let's get this all picked up, I think. We can't really decide what we're going to do with this. Bearing in mind we are still fiddling with this design. That one, I sort of was having an idea of coming up here because we can see the design here. Now this is great because I'm gonna obviously send more planks back to our storage, and I'm gonna open up this section here back to where it was when we originally created it. Well, I don't know how many videos. What we on number 32 video. Well, you normally do, and if you don't know, I normally do around. Let's go for 2. Around 50. Although we are going to stretch it for at least one of the videos. We also down here need to hopefully finish off our underwater here. As you can see, it's getting there. It's definitely getting there. It's almost there. I can't see it not being done in this video, let's say. But you never know. You never know how the beavers want to do. They are to their own. We'll also get this ready. Just to there. No, just to there will do. And then that'll be through. Now I did start a process. If I could keep coming up while I'm like here. That was our way of connecting this section, which I think I don't have to connect it to here. I might as well, let's say, connect it to here. Doesn't really matter. And then I'll do this, and then I'll take this out. Because we want to get this going, just to here will do. And they'll come down and round and they'll feed that. Right, we've got this going. Now they're doing all this. Obviously the water situation here, we're at 6,500. I was at 9,000 before, but I'm obviously going to empty all this and get this out of the way. I'm also now, because I don't need any of this. Obviously, this is going to get some planks back, and they'll probably have to walk through to get all that. But that's okay. Now we are also filling our, well, we're not actually, that's my fault because I forgot to turn it back on again. Oops. But it's going again now, eventually. What I'll do is I'll pause that until this gets a bit higher until, and then I'll start taking it out. That should be enough now. Let's get this going again. I've got to have enough in there because obviously this is okay. They've all got to even themselves out to be able to just carry on doing that. I've got to add that back in again, but it'll be finished by the time we finish the the videos. Let's copy the sentence from there. That's what I love in this version, where you can just copy, and then you don't have to worry about that being an issue. Again, you just keep deleting this. Just keep doing what we're doing. I'll get rid of that, and we'll get this picked up. It'll get it'll get our planks. Unfortunately, no, it might. Well, no, actually, I'm not too bad now. I've got enough resources for the places, I should say, for the gears. I thought I would be, Like I said, I'm not gonna. This would take a long time to depreciate, or get rid of, or go down, or however you want to say it. We can only go far because this is the you know, we can only go far on here, so that's as far as I can go down. But that's fine. We are on the. I think we are on the fortes. Yes, we are on the fortes. I was thinking, what the hell? Which one am I using since this game? I've also obviously done. Apologies for moving around, but we are trying to get things going here. Now, obviously, they come from. If you're not too sure, they come from here into here. I still don't like that you can only have two, and then they feed themselves into the dance hall. Obviously, the carousel, they won't need to do that. And once all this is built, another coming down here, which is a bit silly. They shouldn't actually need to come down here now. But I think they're also coming down here to do any of this if they need to do it. So it's best to leave that until they're ready. And there might even be... sometimes they are busy little beavers. There we go. We best... no. Get the right one, pig. Come on. Best extend. Because they will run out of space and things. Let's get that going. I want obviously to get rid of that. Now we should be down here relatively now. The only trouble being is I can't actually get down here. So that's a bit of a problem. But I can certainly get this ready. So that's okay. I want to know... I've got to do this from the top anyway. I've got a couple more, and then they can obviously do this. And then we should be ready actively putting down there. Now, I don't know whether there's going to be a problem with power. So, because of that problem, I can fit one here. That's not a wheel. That's a wheel. That'll do. And then what I'll do is, I can get another one here. I'll move this... I'll actually move this over. And... put this in first. That'll do. I don't think I need any... it doesn't need to be fancy. Let's not do anything fancy. And we'll get rid of that. Or we'll build that. Just let me check my water situation. It's rising. It's not rising. Why is it not rising? Did I beat the carousel and forgot? Yes, I did. To do that, which yes, I did. I'll pause this and I'll pause this. This will now, once this gets full, it'll start to pump this in here. Once it's full, then I'll turn on the other one and then we'll go from there. My misdemeanor there. That's why I've done that. We'll get rid of this. We don't want this anymore. So this is opening up, you know, this situation to other things. Wheat's already running quite nice. The only thing is we'll have to manually keep closing that because of the bad water situation. Which is a bit of a pain, I know, but still. That's how it goes, and not that we can do anything. I mean, if we look down here, obviously I've got contamination. There's no contamination in here, and I've closed this off. The only problem being is when I open this, I'll have to even this out. Is that closed? It's actually... I've done again, not opened that to be taking the water out. That was a bit good because that would have been a huge problem. We didn't really notice it too much because obviously there's no water being taken from here anymore. But it will, well, I say that, there is actually water being taken from here, because it's going to the other reservoir. So obviously when this gets full, which it'll be relatively soon. I'm going to push this up first and make sure that this water starts to fill up. I do not, under any circumstances, want a problem that's going to arise, that if I don't do something like this, it is going to rise. I do not want this to run out of water. Now, we've done this several times and I've run it out of water, and it kills my wheat. I don't care about the potatoes. The potatoes will, you know, they'll be okay. I've got the, if you're not sure, I've got the contamination there because it just tells you when this is 0. The idea of this is when they did change it, I think, where when this when I push this up, obviously I stop the bad water, and then I get the bad water to run in here. I use the contamination to know when that's 0, to then I can open these gates again, and then I don't have that in. But obviously I've got to manually, and we don't get it a lot, so it's not like a, you know, it's not like the bad scenario. How's that water situation going? It's now half full. I'm going to wait till it's a bit closer to where I really want it before opening that. And then we'll start getting the process going again. Let's now turn these on and start pumping whatever we've got here. I'll make sure they're yeah, I'll make sure they're full until that, and then I'll turn them maybe down. We'll I've got no recipe selected here. We'll have it. Oh, that's fine. Don't really care, because I hadn't really decided what I was doing with this, whether it was a cocktail or I still need to do with something with this. Now, we're not getting the bad water, and the reason why I'm not getting the bad water is I've not turned these on. The reason why I had this turned off is the bad water in here, I wanted to make sure that there was no way that it you know, it would be empty, so no way it would be full by this lot, I should say. So that's why I turned it off. I forgot to actually turn it back on for these two. The centrifuge is fine because we've got 500 of that, it's full. It's not really doing anything. I could probably turn this off anyway, because we need a centrifuge. It needs to have the bad water for the centrifuge. All these things. We have still got 5,000. I've got 5,000 dirt still, and some of these will probably be empty, which I could technically get rid of. Well, I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to leave it as is. I don't really need to, you know, take out what I don't need. I could probably take this out because now this is redundant, and get some of this planks back. I think I just took out the this bit here, which was a bit of a silly thing to do, but it was underneath and I couldn't see it. So we'll get that picked up. That's quite a bit of, how we go, logs and planks. That's good. I think we're in the same opinion here that it could probably do the same, but I'm not overly worried. How are we doing? We are close enough now. Let's start the process up again. Open this up. Now it will obviously drain a little bit. As you can see, there we go. It drained to about halfway, and then it came back up again. This then, I think it's on, which it is. Oh, there's no power because I stupidly took the power off that, didn't I? And anyway, that's by the by for that. Like I said, I've got all this extract here. Probably could turn this off. Let's turn it off. It now produces, you know, it's demanded 500 and we're only supplying 400, so all these are not going to run. They're all running at around 80%. But we relatively don't need any explosives actually, so I could probably turn up the explosives if which means probably now it demands 200 and we are supplying 400, so it's perfectly fine. This is because of the smelter. We can only go to 1,000 and then it'll be running out anyway. I've got another 300. And then I've got to actively find I've got to actively find another source. Well, this is this source, I suppose. I have another source over here, which I've got to make sure that I could do something with. This source is coming from... I'm trying to find it where it is. It's coming from here. I could actively turn that off, and then we would... Eventually, it would take a while because obviously this would only go down to where it is, and we'd have this pocket of, you know, this pocket to wait till it would, you know, or we'd blast down and then it would go out. And then you could potentially change this back to water by using the aquifers. You know, that's a possibility. I'm not actually doing anything here, so I mean, I could get to it. It wouldn't take too much effort to get to that. It would take a lot of effort to obviously build the damn thing, because it's quite an expensive thing to build. And we have built one here, as you can see. And we put a contamination barrier around it too. So that's why it's not doing anything. Did that in, I don't know, about 6 or 7 videos, probably even more ago. I should have built this first, really. But, you know, I obviously can't get that. That is what it is. Unless I built something around it and then took it out and then basically blew it up and got back again. So there is that. Obviously, water now is a bit more of a problem to get. So we still need these obviously filling up. Most of them are filled up, so that's not too bad. I can get rid of this now. So that's another one got rid of. How are we up here with the water situation? The water situation has solved itself. So we'll start pumping this. Once this is pumped, this will stop when... the decent thing is obviously this is a 2 and this is only a 1. So technically we don't... The other 3 of them technically should be all pumping it all at the same time. That way you would never run out, because that one would go down and that one would go down and then that would go down. But it doesn't matter. Now I'm actually getting more water in, so that's solved. Our water situation shouldn't be as critical now as it was before, because I'm not actually using this for water. These gears now can actively go. Although saying that though, I'm oh no, I've got 1,000, so I don't know where I've got them stored, but I've got them stored somewhere. Don't understand why I had gears in there in the first place, but still. Obviously, all these things, don't know why I've got that going, because I don't really need it. Don't really need it. I think it was for antitoxins, but unfortunately they're not around anymore, so it doesn't make a difference. Now it is time to ditch this one, because we've got this one. So this one now can go. We'll get them to pick this up, and then obviously what I'll do is I'll get them to, because obviously they can only go to there, they can't get any further anyway, but this is what this one's for. This is why this is connected, which then is connected to this one, which then is connected to our new one. Now I can still push these out 2 further here and have, let's say, at least one or another one As long as I go out here and as long as I go out here. So that I could theoretically have another 2. Which one could be to this, which then will be to this. We want them to use this constantly. To fire themselves around the map. That's why I built it as an idea. We'll bootify this eventually. We'll do a Bernard Matthews bootiful. Sorry if you don't know who Bernard Matthews is, but you'll have to search that onto interwebs. Into your favourite browser. I don't think they can get to that. That's why they're... Which actually, I've never known whether the Bernard Matthews is a real person or not. I don't know why I'm still thinking about that, but sometimes they're not. So we are at the end, actually. That is the end. And then I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to actively do this here. Now this is zooming down. You can see the thing I've just put down there. Now we need to obviously get this going in here. Then I need to do another one. And that will start connecting to that, which now will make that one. Now, I can get rid of this now. I'm producing a lot of power because I know that they'll... these carousels are very hungry on the old power. I think they want a couple of hundred each, I think. If I remember rightly. Let's have a look. Or they decided not to tell me. Input maximum. Do they want up to... Did they want up to a... Well, that's a windmill. That's not... Science well-being. It'll come under well-being. There you go. 400. 400's quite a lot. That's double. So that might not be enough. I'm only can produce 200 and something from there, so I won't get them at full speed. I don't think so. I may get them at full speed. But there's no reason why I haven't got an extra bit here. I've got... I've got a lot of logs left. Where's all my logs left? Eesh, where's all my logs gone? That's a bit of a problem because obviously now producing anything. Now, actually, let's go back to our situation here then. Because I haven't got a lot of logs and I've got a massive amount of planks, because obviously that's what was happening. We'll turn off the planks, and as this grows, which is debatable at best, I will also. Because we can do this, because this will do massive amounts faster, I'll set that to cut, and I'll cut that and use that for logs. Because I've got 369, and so there's no point even going down that route. We've still got a lot more water they can access here, and they're not obviously. There's 10,000. 10,000. So that's a lot. I've emptied this. Well, I have emptied this one, but for some reason I didn't empty that one. I'm sure I said it, but clearly I didn't. That's the log. I've not got gears on anyway, so this will just fill up with the gears. 600 gears is quite a substantial amount. I've had water's returning. I can obviously now link that in. Now, as I said, we're going to have a problem here. It's only 215, but it's better than what I like to say. It's better than a kick in the ass. So we'll enable that as well, and we'll get. They can reach all this now. Actually, well, they can. Yeah, they can do the back. I'll just let them do it the back. They'll have to walk around, but who cares? Gives them a bit of exercise. It doesn't matter because well, I could really get one in there, but the trouble is I have to knock out that corner. That'll do. That's technically enough power to run the two. Can I get this round here? Can I? Whoops. Can I do that? And I think I can. Now it's going to run. That should be enough power. We're supplying 1700. We only want 600 so far, so that's probably enough. Even though I've done all the rest of it, but more's better than less, as we all know. With everything we do with these, we've got to have as much as we can get our hands on. Right, so that's obviously linked in. That means that now will be done. Now, I have to take this out and this out. I then, because they can walk down here, connect these two like so. So the carousels will be ready when they're ready. Obviously, at the moment they're not ready. We're going to know when they're ready because this is going to enable itself. And then that's going to enable itself. And then we're all cooking on gas. And then they'll be uber happy. We may get them to a little higher. We've got nothing obviously on the carousel. Now we got that detail. I don't really know what to do with the detail. I've never really done that. We could look at a books. Books will be paper. So we'll have to sort things out like that. I don't really know, like I said, we got the earth excavator. Now that's a massive one. We've got a fountain of no joy. Where could we put the fountain of no joy, I wonder? The fountain of no joy needs power. Now the fountain of no joy, you could actually, if I built it. Now remember, it needs to be sat in water. It's a bit stupid having it there. And it's sort of a bit stupid having it here. Because I've got no chance of any power to it. We are running. We're, you know, taking its time, let's say. I'm glad I was not using that as a reservoir. I just can't believe I spent all that time. Never mind. It would be nice to have it, and I could actually use it as a feature. Let's see how we tackle this. It's what is it? It can't be a science. Where the hell is it then? Right. I've not got bots before, which is something that we may. So that's the herbalist. So that's the thing that I was saying to you, antibiotics. If you go into the water, there's the detailer. I can do a custom beavers. I don't know how to do the custom beavers tail. I've never really done that. We've obviously got the dance. We've got the mud pit. So where is the fountain of no joy? It must have come under the water, because it would make sense. Of course it doesn't come under the water, because that would make far too much sense. Where the hell is it then? Does it come under well-being? No, it can't be. I'll find it. I'll find it. It's round here. I know it's round here. Oh, there we go. Fountain of no joy. I need 100 things. That's fine. I need 400 planks. Yeah, we've got that. And I need 300 in metal. In fact, I could actually build this. I can't build it there because it's droomed in. But bearing in mind, like I said, this needs power. So it needs to sit out. They will build that there. I think if I do that as a 2. No, it needs to be a... I've just done it. Where the hell's it gone now? Oh, it comes under this, doesn't it? There. I think that one there is the one that we'd need the power going. It maybe I'll send the power to that. So, don't know how much... See, no, the power's actually... Remember, the power comes from here, which we have got... We're supplying 2,200, we're only 1,400. I don't know how much power that actually needs. And I've not tried this the way I'm trying it now, so, you know. If you know from... if you know from other players of the Fountain of Joy, I called it a Fountain of No Joy because it just felt the Fountain of No Joy. It felt incredibly annoying to build. I think it has to be here. You can see there, it's just going that because I think, now I may be wrong, if I do this, remember it needs power. Or does it need water? Does it need power or does it need water? No, it needs water. It doesn't need power, it needs water. It says it requires access to water, not requires access to power thing. Which, theoretically, now I said to you, the decent thing is, I can't see. No, that's not the decent thing. Decent thing is, if I do another one of them, well that, yes. Let's try this. I don't think this is going to work. Because it normally needs it underneath, I think. Do you know something? That does work. Or do I do it one less? Well, one less it would be in the water. The reason why I'm going is this flipping thing is a nightmare to build. In the sense of I'll know if this is right or wrong in a minute when I do this. Now it's still saying that that's fine. I think that's fine. I'm going to do it. The reason why is because that sat in water. The only problem being is they can't get down to it. So I'm gonna have to do that. Now they will get to this, obviously. They can't get to that. Now when I build this though, I think that's not gonna work. Yeah, you see, it's in the way. You are in the flipping way when you do that, but it doesn't matter. Let's get on. Let's get on and get them to build it. I know it cost me 12,000, but what the hell? I'd like to do the big one. I could do that before the 50 up, but I don't know where to put it. Well, I technically do know where to put it. I mean, that would be an awesome place to put it, wouldn't it? Just on the top of here and have it sticking out from there, making this as. I mean, look how much the influence this has. It doesn't have everything. I mean, it only has a couple of influences on here, but jeez. Although something, just maybe want to put it here. You know, right in line with that. Over this here. That would look quite cool. Now, it takes an enormous amount to build that. Now, we have done it. Look at that. 2,000, 2,000, 2,000. Now, yes, it needs to be built as it's going. What I did in the... It wasn't the waterfalls. It wasn't the police. Was it with the waterfalls? It might have been the waterfalls. Yes, it was the waterfalls. I built it as I was I stored all the items up first, and then realised it was going to take an enormous amount of time to actually build it as I was doing it, which was a bit annoying. I'm not quite sure whether this is actually enough to be able to get this going. Oh, obviously, I can't change this now because of this. Although one has got, I could move this back, which would give me to be able to come down here as an option and turn around. Yeah, I might just do that. Why not? You know, why not just waste another billion more planks? Doesn't matter. And then we'll delete this. Once these built, we'll delete these two, move them over. Then we've got a path to go through. At the time, I didn't think about that, but let's not dwell on that situation. I normally get I would get normally all the planks over, but this isn't too bad. I mean, if we trace the where they're going from here, they're going down. It's just like, what? Now they're going to that. Where's he going? Oh yeah, he's not going in there. The planks are. I have no idea where the planks are stored. There's a load here. Yeah, we might do that one. We might actually. The trouble is, if I do that, then this garden system here is going to be a bit default. But it'd be quite nice to put something in there while I'm thinking about it. I mean, we've got some hedges there. I've got some. Although we could do it a little momentum, but we could do the where the hell is it? With one of these, isn't it? The farmer one, which is. Ooh, that's shockingly big. That one's shockingly big. I don't particularly like them. They just look... I don't know why, they just look... Well, stupid. I don't want to use that wording, but it just makes it right. It's just like, no. I could do a few benches with a few hedges like rotated in the back, or you know, this would probably be better, wouldn't it? Actually, something like that. And I don't know whether they can get to that. Yes, they can. That's not too bad an idea. The idea was that it's so they don't, you know, fall off. Unfortunately, though, we can't do the contemplation post the other way around because they can't get in. You know, the idea was that to do the contemplation post, and then they would be able to look out from here and look at the world. Anyway. Anyway. All my logs here have absolutely evaporated. We've got 200 left now. But obviously we are absolutely smashing this. Yeah, I've got everything. I don't need anything, do I? Might as well try. If it doesn't work, then it doesn't work. I think it will work. It doesn't say. This is why it doesn't say it needs power, but it could sit in the water, which technically means it will work. I could extend that, couldn't I? That means I could get another 4 on here and another 4 on here. Now they are very expensive. That's planks. That's gears. Well, we've got full gears anyway. That's 30, you know. So that would be quite a lot. But I want to hopefully get this done first. Let's see what the Fountain of No Joy will produce. See if I can produce it. Right, I've got this done. Let's take the punt of moving all this and the large water that goes back here. I think they'll move themselves over. They did that, but it doesn't matter. Like that. Yeah, they picked it up. They picked it up. Really good. That now is a walkway. That could be a walkway. Because there's logs and everything else in there. I don't really... I mean, you're going to lose so much anyway. Now I've done that, I can extend by turning these around. And turning these around. And they've got a walkway, so I could get some more pumps. I've got 9 unemployed, so I have got enough if you take that. And each one's 3, so that would give me 3. So I could at least get another 2 to start with. Although saying that though, it's because of these 2 here, isn't it? That's 6 out of the 9. So really, no words I would use as a question. This has never really done anything. They built this, but that's about it. Because I was going to use it as something, and I can't remember what I was going to use it for. It's been so long in the game. That now is doing. I'll now get rid of that. I'll get rid of that. I'll get rid of that. I am going to get rid of all of this login system here. Nope. All this planks. There's 100 and something planks in there, plus this section here. So that's a good bit of planks. Back to our storage. I think they can reach everything. I'm just making sure. Because in this version now, that if it doesn't get picked up, it automatically is going to go in 15 days. Which seems quite an excessively long time to me. But it doesn't matter. I'm also now going to clear... If we look at this line here, I'll clear this line. Well, I will clear the line if it'll allow me. I always do this. Plants. I always select the wrong one. That's clear. What that means is when like these will get picked, it won't put them back down again. That's what you want to do. Instead of using the demolish or mark as resources for demolish, just do it this way. At least then you get them resources. Otherwise, you don't get them. You know, if you desperately want that whatever you want, then that's fine. But if you don't, then don't. I could line up this with this. Pause this. Don't want to build it yet. So that one's going to go to that one. Again, we're going to do this with this. Instead of this going to here, we may, let's say, do the center to here, and then do another one to there, if you get what I mean. And this one could go to this one, or whatever. That was the whole point of using a sort of, a system like this. I'm saying this is the center of the world. I could probably cut some of this out and obviously make it like that, but let's not go over the top. How's that done? It's done pretty well. We are now getting to the stage of I only need a couple. Come on, boys. Come on. There we go. That needs to go. Now, theoretically, I say theoretically. Now, I don't know whether this will work. I've not had an idea. I've not got no idea. Now, it is submerged, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's correct. It's too far from a district and cannot be reached. What do you mean it's too bloody far? It's there. Oh, because it's got to be... Because it's got to be blooming built from the bottom, hasn't it? Oh, it's so annoying. Look, you see, they can't do that. Oh, you son of a... Okay. Don't mind, pig. Just do it this way. So we'll do that. We'll do a... No, in fact, actually, no, what we'll do is... This is silly. Silly side. I suppose it doesn't really matter which side. I did say that I might do that. Because that way I don't really need to rebuild this then, do I? If I use this here, even though that's... It didn't really matter which side I did it on. I'm not too sure. That's a 2, innit? A 2 wouldn't work. A 3 and a 3 and a 3. That's fine. 3. I'll just do that, and then. Oh, that's too high. I think that'll work. I hate this. You see what I mean? I hate this blooming thing. As long as it can get something underneath, I think it'll work. It's still saying... Oh, yes, it will say that, because this isn't built, is it? Never mind. I'll do the force me to build that, boys and girls. Sorry, I paused it again. Wasn't supposed to do that. Sometimes I do it because obviously I don't want to build something if I don't think it's right, and then I can take it out. Once I start building it, then I start building it. We're not. Logs are going higher. Obviously, I'm not doing anything. I'll just keep cutting this. So that's not too bad. I know I could cut some of this situation here. I mean, look at the amount of the not really. I mean, I've got like a massive amount of maple syrup. I've got 3,000 in wheat flour. I've only got like room for 200 spaddock really, 2,000 chestnuts, 5,000 in that, and then you know, so food is fine really. I just need to get them to. They're not going to take this down, are they? We'll mark for there. They're not going to take it down because it's just not. They've got other ones to do. I'll force them to just say get on with it, and they will do that then. The builders. We've still got a lot of builders here. So I've got, you know, like I said, why have they got a spaddock in there? No goods in stock. Why do they need? They're feeding resource right. They might be feeding resource right. I don't know. Oh, here we go. We've now got a bad water approaching, which we don't get a lot of these, which is nice. We're almost at the end of the video. Do you know these things just don't take that long to do. I tell you what I'm going to do is, because you know what I'm like, I forget. And we know this is synced, so what I'll do is I'll turn this off. This will stop in a minute. In fact, actually, if I stop these now, this is not doing too bad. I mean, it's gone to 3. We'll see where it goes. The reason why I'm stopping this is that I'll forget, and I've got 1 day left. Now, obviously, there's no way, because I'm not pumping anything, I am going to waste this water. In fact, I'm going to do that. Okay, just carry on. Then there's no way that water. It's probably going to be 6. Don't forget, we're not doing hard mode or apocalypse mode or any of the. Why have I done this anyway? Why? I've done it the wrong way around. I was trying to decide why I'd done that. And I was questioning my own sanity there. The reason why is because I think I'm looking at this. And this might have not needed to be taken out if they're going from there to that. But the only trouble is that if they wanted to go up there, they wouldn't be able to get up there until the water's up here. I don't want this here either. I don't want them to have to walk up there. So I can see why I did build it now. It makes perfect sense. So there we go. The problem is I'd have to have this turn around, which means these two don't have the same continuity now. Yeah. That's annoying. That's no, I'm not going to build that. I've got a plan. I've got a sort of a plan. We'll have it that way round, but we'll do what we normally do by making a little ledge, I think. We've got... Well, I suppose I don't need to make a little ledge. I could just do that, couldn't I? That means this would be this would fill in, this would need to be there, and this would need to be there. I think this is okay. Well, it's not said they can't do that, so that's perfectly fine. Then we'll go back again. No, that's too high. That's not too... It's the one. Come on, P. Come on. Calculations. Then if I put this back again to this way around, well, at least we've got some continuity. Look at them two, see? That's what I was trying to... And then what we can do is we can do this. At least they've got a walkway. A certain way to walk around. And that's fine. I can deal with that. I'll have that. Although it may get changed eventually. So I'll never say that that's going to be the end result. Never. We still not doing a fountain of no joy here. Because we're still waiting for these planks to come in. I'm trying to work out where all the planks are. Yeah, all the planks are miles away from everywhere, so they're all having to go. You can see that the zipping's going, and then they go around there, and then they, yeah. So it's they're zipping all over the place for this. So it will take a drastic amount of time to get in. But now we've got, as you can see, we've got 10,000. So they're not really going. I mean, this is almost full. They're only going to pump what they need to pump now. So that's that 10,000. Do I need any more water? Questionable. Obviously, I've never sorted this yet. But I don't really know what to do with it. If we do something with it. Obviously, we can't do nothing with that. And obviously, now the bad water's going to come in. But we've solved the problem with this bad water. Now, we're almost at the end of the video. So when this comes back round here, then we'll stop this video. But I think, like I said, I'm just as you can tell, I always get worried about this. If I do this wrong, then it's a lot of pumping. This is full, this is full, this is full. It will go red. Now it obviously is blue at the moment, but this will go red. Now we've got 6 days. Don't have to worry. 6 days of bad water doesn't really matter. So the Fountain of Joy will be coming in the next video, if it's going to work. Like I said, I'm not too sure. We know I think that, what was that one then? I think that was the plains video. It was such a pain to do. I could extend this down to here. We could also, well, no, I can't do that because obviously that is that. But we are getting there. Things are progressing. I've not got the carousels working yet, have I? Yes, I have. Carousel, look at that. I think this has to be the video. This has to be the thumbnail. And you won't know it's the thumbnail because it's the end of the video, but you'll see the thumbnail. But anyway, I hope you enjoy that. We will see you in the next Timberborn of the new features, and then we'll see what we can actually achieve. Hopefully that, like I said, that the Fountain of No Joy will be built, and we may. We're just doing a few bits with this, and we're starting to move things around. I want all these before the end of around the 50 video mark, which is what we tend to do with it. It will be lined up a little nicer, and there's certain ones I'll be able to get rid of, like maybe that one because it's coming through here, but we'll see what we can do. Anyway, I hope you enjoy that. Take care. We'll see you in the next Timberborn. Bye for now.